Guys, this is going to be a tutorial about retargeting in Unreal using IK Retargeter. So I have this character here called the Dark Knight, and this character has a whole bunch of animations. Let's have a look at, there is some like walk cycles here, there's some run cycles, and this is like a knight on a horse, right? So let's have a look. There is like, I don't know, there is like animations like this, all kinds of animations, right? And they're good, but it includes the guy. But right now I need to animate a horse, and the horse doesn't have a rider. So I need to retarget those animations from Dark Knight to the horse to save time, because I don't want to animate everything from scratch, like walk cycles and run cycles especially. So I'm just going to create a retargeting pipeline here. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a new animation IK Retargeter, and I'm gonna name it IKRTG Dark Knight. That's gonna be my source character. Okay. And so here in the oh sorry that's a wrong asset I made. This is an IK retargeter. Let's just say okay. Let's just name it IK retargeter, because that's the thing we're gonna use to retarget one from the other. But what we actually want to create is IK rig. Yeah, that's what we want to. IK rig Dark Knight. Yeah, that makes more sense. Now here in this IK rig, I want to select Dark Knight character, scale mesh. So that loads it here. And then what I'm going to use to retarget here is I can create a new solver for it. And that solver is going to be full body IK. Now you need to select a root for the full body IK, and in this case I have the root for the soldier here, I mean for the guy on a horse, and for the horse itself. So I'm just going to use horse pelvis as a retargeting root. So here set root bone on selected solver, and that's now made me a full body IK. Now I can also add the goals for this horse, and goals are usually like end bones for IK, for full body IK. So I guess the first goal I would want to make here is the head. The head could be a goal for the front. So here I would say just new IK goal, and there is the goal for the head. Then I can create another goal at the end of a tail. Add goal, new IK goal. And in fact, I can also try to make goals for the limbs. New IK goal. And that's actually pretty good for what I'm doing here. And so I made all the goals I'm interested in retargeting here. Now, it might be a good use case for full body IK, but I have a feeling that we might need to create individual limb IK solvers. But let's see how this works first. So another thing you need to do when you're retargeting, you have to define your chains. So I'm going to just select all those tailbones, and then here right click, and you can just new retarget chain. And so that's going to make me a chain, and you can just add the chain using a goal. And so now this is a tail for your Dark Knight, right? Then we can make another chain for this. So you can add a chain using goal as well. And that's going to be my left leg, but I want to name it left back leg. Okay. And then this is going to be my right back leg. So, it's a little bit tedious, but you could also mirror it if you wanted to, but I just kind of want to be in like with full control here. Add chain. Okay, so I didn't use the goal for this one. I could use the goal, so I could also manually pick the goal here. So like that. And then as you can see, it becomes that chain. Okay. Now the next chain I would want to make is the spine. I would make it from here all the way to there. So I'd say maybe pelvis to the head. It should be a spine. So I can just do that. New retarget chain, add chain. And yeah, spine is a good name here. And I can use the head goal. So as you can see, this chain now, it becomes my spine. Now I need those front legs, and I'm pretty much done here. So let's just select this, and I can just new retarget chain using goal, that's fine. And I can use that. And keep in mind that I'm using all those bones, except for that central bone there. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out my Patreon and website. I offer even more in-depth tutorials, many of them free, but the best and most exclusive content is on Patreon. There, I share my game development journey and create regular rigging and character game dev courses. By supporting me, you're helping me create more quality content, and we both win. Visit my website at Cornica3D or join me on Patreon, patreon.com/Cornica3D. Thanks for your support. Keep in mind that I'm using all those bones, except for that central bone there. So basically just the whole chain. And then now, new retarget chain using goal, there you go. So this is my IK rig for the knight. And maybe the full body IK will be sufficient, but maybe I'll need to use other kinds of IKs as well. So we'll see. Let's save this. And now we need to create the same kind of IK rig for our target, which is this horse. So let's go to animation and let's make a IK rig. And let's name it IK rig horse or horse new, whatever. And then go in there, and here we just gotta pick our skeletal mesh, SK horse new. There you go. So now with that one, we need to define the same thing. So I'd say add a new solver. Let's try full body IK. Now this hips is like pelvis in the other one. So here you want to create a root bone on selected solver, but also set retarget root. Yeah, so that's another thing. I'm not sure if I have done that, but that's very important to do. So let's have a look in my Dark Knight. Yeah, there's no retarget root, so pelvis needs to be a retarget root. And it has to be, for some reason, they don't want it to be that root bone on the ground. It has to be a pelvis or something above the ground. All right, so here we have it. So we have that. Now we got to add those goals, remember? So head, new IK goal. Now that, hoof, new IK goal, new IK goal. And we can just do all that easily. Now, the question is, do we want it to be the last bone or do we want it to be the one before last? And that's a tricky question because we could make it into the one before last and then just retarget the rotation. But for now, let's just keep it simple and just do like that with all the end bones. Okay, so that's my full body IK. Now I have to define those chains. And the name of those chains, it has to be the same. So I'm going to do the whole tail. And with the tail, I just want to do new retarget chain here. Okay. And using the goal, there's my tail, like in the previous one. Then I'm going to do the spine from hips to head, or I can do the whole thing. Actually, make sure to just only select the right things. And then new retarget chain using goal. There's the, well, it named it neck. I don't want it to name it neck. It has to be spine. The name has to be the same. Actually, it doesn't, but it's nice when it is. Okay. Save. Now, those legs, those are important ones, right? So select that whole leg, and that's my back leg. So here, new retarget chain, left, back leg. Left back leg, add using chain. There you go, all good. Then grab that. And then let's just do that again. New retarget chain using the goal. And then here you can always rename if you forgot. So like back. There you go. And then let's add those front legs. So you can just do that. And then boom, boom, boom. New retarget chain. Add chain using goal. Perfect. And then lastly, you can select that leg, that whole thing, and then new retarget chain, add chain. There you go. So here we have it. It looks like everything is perfect. Otherwise, it would be red window and something would be wrong. Now let's see if we can retarget animation using this setup. So we can go to our AK retargeter asset that I created in the beginning. And then in there, you wanna, so right now it's red, which means nothing's retargeting, as you can see. But you can go to details and under source IK, you can just do IK dark night. Target IK, you wanna do horse. And as you can see, those chains here, they need to be matched by name or by whatever logic. And now basically you're ready to start retargeting animations using this asset. So here, you might want to also offset them a little bit. So target mesh offset, you might want to just put it to 100. And this source mesh, that's fine. Maybe, yeah. So that's looking like something. Now what you want to do is you want to see if it retargets. So it's running retarget right now. So it sounds like something is happening. But let's go to preview scene and use custom animation, specific animation. And we can try maybe run. Run weapons, no weapons. So as you can see now, if I press play here, my animation is actually retargeting. Okay. For some reason, there's a little bit of a bounce in that route. It could be that it comes from that chain including the pelvis. Maybe it shouldn't be including the pelvis, but it's not looking too bad already. So let's try walk. Walk no weapons. Yeah, so for some reason it seems like I have a little bit of a bounce in my bum for this particular retargeting situation. We could try to tweak it. Let's see the win. Yes, as you can see, it works quite well already. Surprisingly well, in fact. Maybe some overstretching, but it's something we could easily tweak.
Alright guys, I think it's time to wrap this one up. We will pick it up in the next one. In meanwhile, make sure to visit my website and Patreon for more tutorials.